So we've been talking about head gaskets, heads, reusing studs, not reusing studs, new heads, all the things. And this comment comes across, and yes, somebody said, hey, just buy the freaking gasket, man. I just laughed. Yes, on the one hand, but it's a lot more than the gasket that you're buying. If you want to do it right, and this is less true on other engines, but it's absolutely true on a Powerstroke 6.0 where there's only 4 bolts per cylinder that are holding this bad boy down. And they're on the perimeter, not in the middle. So where other engines have 6 bolts per cylinder, these only have 4. And so as we've talked about, the head has a propensity to flex, to do one of these deals, right? And so the edges of the head are held down, and the middle of the head pops up, and bye-bye head gasket. And so, the whole idea of saying, hey, let's go ahead and get a machinist to check this thing and see how we do, that concept isn't wrong. It's not bad, but it is also not necessarily right, at least not in a 6.0 world. It's perfect if you got a Cummins or you got a 6.7 or something like that, a 6.7 Powerstroke is what I mean to say. By all means, yes. But in a 6.0's world, just don't reuse your heads, And so this is the temptation, I'll say, to go ahead and say, hey, let's try going ahead and doing it 1 bolt at a time to prolong the life of what we got. So, am I a fan of this? I am, as long as you're standing financially ready to say, let me buy new heads. Ideally from FICMRepair.com, I'm just saying. We haven't been on price in 15 years. We price match for 30 days after the sale. We grew up for everybody. Don't have a dog in the hunt. All the things. We can help you with your build. But regardless of all that fine print, what I would say is you'd be better off to prolong the life of what you've got. I'm a Midwest guy. How long can our crap last for? Let's take care of it, and they'll take care of us, 100%. And so, are there guys out there with 500,000 miles on their original bolts? Yeah, because they're not turning them up at all. They're running stock everything, and they're just working. So, are there people that have blown their head gaskets anyway? Stock, absolutely. But is your propensity way higher if you turn them up? Well, yeah, absolutely. And so now the conversation becomes, okay, fine, what can we do to decrease the likelihood of having to have blown head gaskets, having to be forced into this? Well, you can do the heads, the studs one at a time, and my other video talks about just exactly the process for doing that. But just understand that in all likelihood you're going to be fine. In all likelihood you're going to be doing yourself a solid, but it's like a 60-40 game, I would say. So 60% of the time, yes, indeed, you did it one at a time and it worked great, no problem at all. Seems to be about 40, maybe 30% of the time you actually cause yourself a problem, and here you are, token weeks or months later with a cracked cylinder head. And so now all of a sudden you're just like, well, crap. And so you're halfway in there to be able to go ahead and get to the point where you can retorque them one at a time. Do you just want to go ahead and finish? Do you want to go ahead and take the heads off, replace them, go through the process of checking the short block and everything else? My next video that I shoot is going to have a little update on some little faster ways to not redo your heads, not to have to do head gaskets twice. So stay tuned for that video. It could just save you some time and probably quite a bit of it. So at any rate, put your questions, comments, thoughts in the comments. Appreciate you, and just know FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. Thanks, guys.